Ya Nina Mapali, Mina Tessa Atto, Mina Kani, Palawa Kani Nina Tu, about how Warranta Tunapri Lubutana Kani Kani. So hi, I'm Tessa Atto. I just want to tell you a little bit about Palawa Kani and how we teach Aboriginal children how to learn their language. You can see on the table there are a few resources in front of me, and we quite often will do hands-on things to teach language. And some of these things here have been produced by our children within our language programs. Over 30 years ago, it was decided after many community meetings that Palawa Kani, that our language should be brought back and used by our people. From first contact and before that, when the French were coming, so quite a few hundreds of years language has been recorded. And so French, the 1770s up until British invasion, and the language was recorded by about 20 different recorders over that time. So anything that Aboriginal people did was, they'd say, "What's this?" For example, they might point at your arm, and an Aboriginal person would say, "Ngwana." And they would know that that was the Palawa Kani word or the Aboriginal word for your arm. So as I said, lots of recordings. And a little bit of oral history was remembered as well. So little songs, a few sentences that were passed down through families. So big process once the community had decided to do that. We had to employ linguists who taught us how to find all the information about our language and research it all and authenticate it and bring it back into use. So big process. A language spelling and alphabet system was developed, and then people just linguists and us sat down and started looking through all of the old records of our language. Lots of it was actions and places and country and place names, and years are spent just like going over all those descriptive recordings and details. So we managed to get some words put through the sound and spelling system, and working that out was a process as well. But we did that, and we were able to start teaching Palawa Kani to our community. Initially it was set up and aimed at adults, which was successful, but not to a greater degree as what it is for children to learn language. So after a short amount of time it was started to be directed towards our littlies, our kids. Kids are sponges, so they pick up something new and interesting straight away. So we would learn a language around, for example, weather, and we might be out in the weather. We would use language that described what we were doing, jumping in puddles or dancing in the rain or whatever the kids were doing. And then we might, from that, once they'd learnt that, we might develop a little song or develop sentences, making sure that it's not just words that are just heard and single words said, but making it into conversation and making it into useful resources for everyone in our community to use, and just to encourage everyone to learn Palawa Kani, our language. So there are lots of different ways that we've done that. An example of this is a dictionary. This is used within the Aboriginal community. This is our second one. This has got all the words that have been brought back into use in here now. Apart from that, and as I said before, our children develop little resources and stuff themselves. One of the resources that the children have developed is our Kipli Marpali book. The children got together and made fruit salad one day, and this goes through the processes of what they did to make fruit salad. So there's examples of, I can just show you one if you like, where they, Nara Rukiri apple cooker. So she cuts up the red apples. So all through the book it shows the process of the TPR, actually doing the activity and then relating it to putting it into palawa kani. Kids developed all this. Kids researched the words themselves, made sure the sentences were in correct word order, and yeah, they had lots of fun doing that. For younger kids, sometimes we'll sing songs and we'll make up little chants, silly little chants that adults enjoy and kids enjoy as well. But again, the process is getting everybody within community, from adults to children and elders, anyone who's interested in learning palawa kani, to be able to do that, and us to be providing as many resources as they can to do that, and that it's conversational use and it's just really enjoyable. Language is culture, so everything that happens to us within our culture, we should be able to and are able to say in palawa kani. So that not only reconnects us with each other, but with our country, with our places, wherever we are. So Woolika from the Tasmanian Aboriginal Centre, Ngāri Ninatu, thank you.